Good evening, friends. Welcome to Konexio Technical Insights. I am Rahul Randeria and I would be conducting today's show. Today, we would be discussing regarding the trends, the setups, the technical indicators, the candlestick patterns, the formations of the charts on the Nifty, Bank Nifty, as well as on the different asset classes. Last week, Nifty has been taken an attempt to break its lifetime high. It made a new high, but just ended on the slightly weaker note. Uh, because last whole week Nifty has been rallying slowly and gradually and taken an attempt to break its lifetime high and made an attempt. But after a multiple attempts, you will see in the last 1.5 months, Nifty has been trying many attempts to break 15,915. But for the fourth time, it successed to break those levels. But again, after testing the particular high above 19,000, 15,950 or 60 odd levels, and it started slowly and gradually taking some sort of profit booking at the higher levels. On the weekly note, Nifty ended on a positive note, but on the daily candle, it has ended just slightly a negative note. But looking at the setup, I feel that there might be some sort of time or price correction, a minor correction, maybe of 1.5%. Nifty might come down and then start again rallying towards upside. One most important thing I would like to discuss, you will see on the charts, on the daily charts, on the Nifty. In the last 1.5 months, you can clearly see Nifty has been making a triangular formation, and you can clearly see that the drops were small, but the rises were sharp, and rises were very few. The drops were more, which clearly indicates that the undertone of the markets are bullish, where any selling pressure was absorbed, and from the lower levels, Nifty had started moving or rallying towards making its lifetime high. But again, after multiple failures, 15,950, for the fourth time, Nifty broke those levels, made a new high of almost 15,962, and just ended below those levels. But looking at the pattern, because last 4 to 5 trading sessions Nifty had rallied, so we might see some sort of profit booking. Again, I would like to highlight one thing that on the global market, specifically Dow Jones, on Friday Dow Jones has shown some sort of weakness. So maybe on Monday we might see some sort of cool off on the Nifty and Bank Nifty as well. Now, again, one important thing. Next week is a truncated week because of Bakri Eid. So we might see highly volatile trading sessions into Nifty and Bank Nifty. But looking at the global setup, our domestic setup, we might see some sort of profit booking at the kind of any 1%, 1.5%, or 1.25% correction in Nifty and Bank Nifty should use as a buying opportunity at the lower levels. Looking at the charts, specifically on Nifty, I feel that once it breaks above 15,962, Nifty has potential to test the level of 16,500 to 16,600, maybe next 1.5 to 2 months. So the overall strategy would be buy on dips, wait for some dips, and enter at the lower levels. Now let us discuss the crucial support and resistance for the Nifty for the next week. The crucial support for the next week in the Nifty are placed at 15,855. Below that, the next support is placed at 15,764, and the third support would be 15,692. Whereas on the upside, the resistance are placed at 16,000, which is the psychological mark. If it breaks and closes above those levels, the next resistance would be 16,082, and third resistance would be 16,242. So these are the most probable support and resistance levels in the Nifty. So traders should watch out for these crucial levels. Wait for dip, maybe 1%, 1.5% in Nifty, and try to trade long at the lower levels for an immediate target of 16,000. And if it breaks those levels, then depending upon the resistance, Nifty might start rallying. And as I said, our target for the Nifty for the next 2 or 2.5 months is just around 16,500 to 16,600. The strategy would be buy on dips. Now again in Bank Nifty, on the daily charts you will see Bank Nifty has been moving into a congestion range as marked in a blue rectangular formation. Again, after multiple attempts, this time, I mean to say last week, Bank Nifty also managed to see a breakout, but on the contrary, because of the overbought setup on the hourly chart, it witnessed some sort of profit booking at the higher levels. So this profit booking for the week would be a healthy profit booking. So as I said, any 1% correction should be used as a buying opportunity. By looking at this pattern, we have a view that once again, whenever it closes above this resistance of Friday, Bank Nifty has a potential to test the levels of 37,000 in next 2 months. So definitely, again, the strategy would be buy on dips, wait for almost 300, 350 or 400 points of correction. So ideal level to in the Bank Nifty to enter at the lower levels would be around just if it takes about around 35,200, 35,300 mark. That should be the ideal level to enter long in Bank Nifty for an upper target of maybe 36,000 and then 37,000 for next 1.5 to 2 months. Definitely, the strategy would be buy on dips in Bank Nifty also. So now let us discuss the support and resistance in Bank Nifty for next week. The support in the Bank Nifty are placed at 35,218. If it breaks, the next support is at 34,848. The third support is at 34,526. Whereas on the upside, the first resistance is placed at 35,985. If it breaks, the next resistance is at 36,344. And the third resistance is at almost around 36,707. So these are the crucial support and resistance in Bank Nifty, and traders should watch out for these level and trade accordingly. Now let us come to the third segment, which is option analysis. In option analysis, we used to identify the rise in the open interest, the price action in the calls and puts in Nifty and Bank Nifty. So let us discuss in Nifty first. In Nifty, we have seen, you will see on the screen, in Nifty, we have seen there has been a rise in the open interest in the out of the money calls, which is was seen at 16,000, which is again a psychological mark, then 16,100 and 16,200. Now, looking at this open interest and the change in the percentage of the premium, we have seen slight uh, weakness on the premium side, on the percentage term. So as I said, there might be some sort of writing could be seen at the higher levels. And as I said, it is a truncated week. So upside might be capped. Maybe 16,000 could be the cap for at least for the week. We might see a downward fall. It would be in the pattern of profit booking. And then from those lower levels, we might see a buying. So looking at this option analysis, I see or I sense that there might be some slight open interest rise, whereas the writing in the out of the money calls. So one need to wait for some correction and then enter long in the Nifty out of the money calls also. In Nifty puts, we have seen the rise in the open interest, where the strike price, where the activity was seen, where the rise in the open interest was around 15,800 puts, then 15,700 puts, and 15,600 puts. Again, rise in the open interest, some sort of shedding in the premium, which again indicates that uh, Nifty might consolidate for the next weeks also. So some sort of correction, then again bounce, then correction, then bounce, and then finally we might see a breakout on the upside. So as a truncated week and looking at this, the open interest, rise in the open interest and the premium, shedding of the premium on calls and puts, which indicates that Nifty might remain volatile for the next week. Now let us discuss Bank Nifty. In Bank Nifty also, we have seen a rise in the open interest in the out of the money calls, where 36,000 calls you can see on the screen, then 36,500 calls, and again 37,000 calls. Again, the rise in the open interest, the shedding in the premium, percentage change in the premium, which clearly indicates that there has been a strong writing seen in the out of the money calls in 36,000 Bank Nifty calls, 36,500 Bank Nifty calls, and 37,000 Bank Nifty calls. So definitely, Bank Nifty and Nifty might be under pressure at least for next 1 or 2 days in the next week, and then we might see if it is taking support and from those levels it is rallying or not. But that is a different thing we will see on Monday or Tuesday. But as of last week closing, the picture looks that there might be some sort of profit booking. Now in Bank Nifty puts, the rise in the open interest was seen in 35,500 puts, then 35,000 puts, and 34,500 puts. Again, rise in the open interest, as well as slightly shedding in the option premiums, which clearly indicates that again on the downside there might be a cap. So maybe 34,000 might be a cap, or could be act as a strong support from the current levels. So as I said that looking at the open interest in Nifty calls and puts, in Bank Nifty calls and puts, the overall view is there might be some sort of profit booking seen on in the initial days, Monday or Tuesday, and then from lower levels, Nifty and Bank Nifty might take support and then start rallying because of the truncated week. We might see highly volatile trading session. So traders should trade with strict stop losses, should trade with strict stop losses and be on the nimble footing. So now let us discuss the final segment of the show, which is investment call or a positional call. I've identified one mid-cap bank, which is technically looking good, which is DCB Bank. You will see on the screen. The stock has formed an inverse head and shoulder break formation. You can clearly see on the daily charts that the stock has formed an inward head and shoulder pattern on the daily charts. But it is just about to break in neckline. Whereas near the neckline on the right shoulder, there has been a volume activity seen in the last couple of days. So current market price is 108. The price volume actions clearly indicating strength at these levels. The stock is about to see a breakout from these levels. RSI is also comfort zone. It has given a buy signal from the midway of that comfortable zone. So definitely investors, swing traders, positional traders can accumulate the stock in the range of maybe 109 to 104 for an upside position target of 146 for maybe in short to medium term or maybe for next 4 to 5 months. So definitely the stock is looking good with an inverse head and shoulder pattern of the daily chart. The price volume action is showing strength. The indicators are also positive. But definitely one should uh, buy the stock for at least a swing of from these levels to 146 in the range of accumulate in the range of 109 to 104 for an upside target of 146 for short to medium term. So thank you very much, friends, for watching the show. Any suggestion you can give in the comment box. Again, I would like to thank you and have a nice trading week. Thank you very much.